Constructive alignment. When we talk about constructive alignment, we are then focusing on the fact that our learning objectives has to be aligned with our teaching learning activities, and that also has to be aligned then with our assessment activities. Now, it seems like a normal thing that we do all the time, but actually, when we start teaching, and sometimes we don't think about these things anymore, and then we tend to forget to actually check if the outcomes is aligned with the activities and this assessment. So let us look at an example of how to do that. When we look at a learning outcome, in this example, we said the learners should be able to draw a picture of a house. That is our learning outcome. Now the teacher is really creative and she finds some nice videos on how to how people build impressive houses and the architecture about it. And she really makes that real life connection so that the learners can understand why we are learning about houses and why we are learning to draw houses. And then she tells them for tomorrow when they come to school, all of them must bring some cereal boxes to class and then they will build models of houses, which is a nice creative activity and the learners is going to enjoy that very much. However, that is not constructive alignment. The learning outcomes and the assessment activities are not aligned. The learners are asked to draw houses and not to build houses. All right, so see if we can fix it. So if the outcome says the learner should be able to draw a house, then you can watch videos on interesting architecture and how houses are built to make the real life connection. But you should always do some line drawing exercises maybe to help them to practice the different types of lines that they might use and to get the whole feeling of holding a pen or a pencil, whatever the case might be. And then the assessment activity is then straightforwardly to draw a picture of a house. So you must always make sure that your outcome and your assessment and definitely the activities that you use to get there are teaching the learners the same thing, asking them the same thing. You cannot assess something that you did not give them or the content that you did not give them or teach them. Okay, so this is then the correct way. Um, it's always important to look at the action words. If you ask a learner to identify the verbs from the piece, the reading, then you must ask them in the assessment activity to identify it, not to write sentences using verbs. It's not the same thing. You need to look at your action words, and in the end, they are telling us exactly what should be assessed in the end.